Hi everyone, this is Jason. Welcome back to the show. Joining me today is the founding members of TuneTrade and CoinBros. You've seen them on YouTube. Their videos are awesome. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed. So guys, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me.
Hey man, we're a pleasure to be on your show, man. We're fans of yours too, and thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for saying that. I mean, it's a journey, right? I mean, you
Hey
find
man, Ledger Gang, we're gonna get all our guys, all the Ledger Gang, to come over and like your channel and show you some love too, man. We got a squad of crypto enthusiasts behind us.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. You really have no idea how much it means to me that you guys reached out to me, and I really can't thank you enough for that.
Of course, man. Anytime.
So let's get started on a couple of questions. And the first question, and I'll let you all answer individually. How did you discover cryptocurrency? Let's start with Kalani.
Well, my cryptocurrency story goes back prior to 2017, actually. I've actually founded another platform and a coin that's still in existence and is traded pretty publicly on a bunch of different exchanges. I'm one of the original founders of the Divi project. I don't know if you know that. Yeah. So yeah, I originally started that as one of the founding members, and then worked on that for about a year, and then had a successful exit from that. And this is my next project, is working with CoinBros and working with TuneTrade.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been in the space before the 2017 boom, and through the 2017 boom, through the bear market, and now we're kind of turning it back around, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. To that point, and I want to ask you all to run the same, because I got in 2016. Right?
Okay.
So I saw the climb, and then I saw the crash. So I figure if you're still here, then you're passionate about this stuff. You're the real deal, right? Because sure. I mean, come on. I mean, people today who are complaining about, oh, this app is so slow, have no idea.
Yeah, man.
All right, so let's all right, Jesse, your turn. How did you get into cryptocurrency?
Well, it's funny because their brother is in Costa Rica. They have another brother, and he kind of introduced us about that before they did their project. And he was like, "Hey, have you heard of this Bitcoin thing?" So I was like, "No." We just kind of started looking it up, and I just got, I fell into the rabbit hole. And after that, it was just like, what can I do to get in the space? So he kind of helped us out with the whole CoinBros idea, and that kind of took off, and we've always been in since then. So it was prior 2017, and we kind of just set it off from there.
All right, cool. And Tawi, how about you?
Yeah, well, Kalani's actually my brother, and so him and my other older brother were part of the Divi project. So I got in through. I wasn't a part of the Divi project, but I learned all about it through them. And Jesse is actually, funny enough, he's actually married to my sister, so we're all family here. Okay. So that's why we're CoinBros, because we're actually brothers, and we all decided, hey, let's do this music thing with the crypto to add a little different twist to it. And like everyone else, once you get into crypto, it's like you're stuck, man. You can't get out.
Yeah, right? Once you get out of that rabbit hole.
Yeah. So we're lifers, man. We're lifers.
That's right.
Yeah, we just love it, man. We just love how it's such an evolving industry that's just moving constantly and changing, and there's always news, and it's just really fun to kind of be on the journey and the ride.
Well, and that's a great point, because you think about it, we're in the early stages of this. Even though it's been around for 10 years, we're still in the early stages.
Oh, yeah.
So one day when this stuff is mass adopted and people want to know the history of it, who are the pioneers, your faces are going to be there. So I mean, you guys need to be prepared to be in a history book or two.
I don't know, is that a good or a bad thing? I don't know, man.
I don't know. Depends on.
Hopefully something good.
All right. So, because this kind of goes into my next question about TuneTrade, because you guys had McAfee in one of your videos.
Yeah.
And I need to get that as a ringtone, because that thing was hilarious. Now, okay, so before we get into the video, tell me a little bit about TuneTrade. Kalani, let's go with you.
Yeah, so a large part of our background, me and Tawi, through our early 20s, is we were signed to record labels, and we were professional musicians. So while we were kind of getting our feet wet in the crypto industry, we always had this idea of how we can make something that's really valuable for creators, and how we could implement cryptocurrency and implement the way that you can tokenize your brand. It's kind of hard to go fully deep into like our platform, but it's really what it is a big tool, like a suite of tools that help creators quantify their brand with blockchain technology. That's kind of it in a nutshell. It's a lot deeper than that. Maybe Tali can touch on it a little bit as well.
Yeah, definitely. We basically give you an all-in-one platform you can create your own cryptocurrency token easier than ever, really cheap, doesn't cost you hardly any money. You can be listed directly on the site so you can be discovered. You can trade directly on our platform. We have a decentralized exchange built in. And it's really, we're trying to implement a real social media kind of feel to it too. So to really onboard a lot of new people into cryptocurrency, because we understand, we come from the music background and we also come from the crypto background. So we understand what works together, what doesn't work, what does work, and how they can work together. And we think we have a really fresh kind of look at it, because we are from both sides of it. We're creators and we're really deep into cryptocurrency. So we think we have an upper hand on understanding what will really draw people in, how to put it out there in a way that people can understand, and just to make it a real fun experience when you come to the platform.
Nice. And then, you know what, and that's an important point, because, you know, we're still in the stage where you have to have a bit of there takes some education and to become active in crypto. And one of the things that helps that is when there are applications out there that people can use that don't really they don't really scream crypto. Right? They just scream use this platform. Right. And that's one thing that I did like about what you guys are doing, is that you're gearing yourself more towards that side than you are with you can make money off of this.
Exactly.
That's one of the things that we've always thought, you know, like and we've always said it to ourselves, like, you know, we really feel like the problem that's kind of like the big barrier for onboarding like new people into the space is the fact that there's a little bit of almost like a fear, right? Like people that aren't that savvy, like there's almost like a wall that they put up, even if they could probably understand it if they sat down and really took the time to kind of figure it out. Right. But it's almost like if it's not familiar to what they already know, then they're not, a lot of times they just won't even kind of intake the information or take it in. So what we've really strived to do is make our platform familiar and really user-friendly and consumer-facing. And that's kind of been one of the main things. We've actually redesigned it like 3 times because we weren't happy with how it was. And we're like, this needs to be easier, you know?
Right.
So, that's kind of been one of the things that we've really focused on.
And one thing we were implementing, which is just one of the tools that we have, and is an augmented reality app for people to be able to place their coins places and be discovered as a really cool tool, but also to really get people to want to, you know, just jump in and experience it, you know, with an actual like physical application that they can kind of get used to it, you know, if you're not so versed in crypto.
Right.
So we have like a really cool we have a bunch. We have I think over 9 or 10 different applications that are all built together. So it's really cool, man.
It's an entire ecosystem. We've been working on it for over a year. And we have like, I think we have like, what would we have, 10 developers. We have a bunch of developers overseas, and we have some in the States as well. And we've got a full team that's been working on it for over a year. So it's really exciting. We're really excited about it.
So
we're actually going to be doing beta testing here really soon, so people can actually go in and test it out, give us some feedback, and we're really open to that too. We understand, like you said, you know, education is a huge part of people getting involved into platforms and cryptocurrency, and we understand that because, you know, we're influencers, we do YouTube, we understand that you have to like help people, walk them through how to use things.
Right.
And we're going to have a huge tutorial section. We're going to have videos. We're going to have everything to really walk people through step by step so they can get the full experience.
So guys watching, think about it as MySpace, but way better. And
there you go.
Is that about right, guys?
The good thing is we're not trying to like make anything to compete with anybody. We just want to add to your digital arsenal level.
Right.
So extra tools.
Well, in all seriousness, you know, that's really what people need when they want to go into the business side, right?
Yeah.
They need the platform. You know, that's one thing, like with EOS and Tron and Ethereum. You know, what makes them different from other cryptocurrencies and tokens is that you can actually use their stuff without needing to actually interact with the coin part.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so you guys making a platform for artists and people to use is much more useful than another currency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so no, that's good. So I want to talk to you a bit about your music. So
Okay.
Jesse, give me a an overview, an idea of your music. What kind of genre do you think you guys fit into? Because the videos I watch, they're hilarious. I mean, guys, you have to check these. The one they have a video with John McAfee, and I haven't laughed that hard in so long.
That was a really fun experience, actually. We made, the first song we made was BTFD, and that one kind of, you know, was doing okay. But then he saw it on Twitter, so he was like, "Oh, this is a great song," and he tweeted it for us without even asking, and it blew it up. You know, it kind of catapulted us to having more followers and viewers. And after that, he hit us up and was like, "Hey, can you guys do a song for me?" So we were like, "Sure." So he flew us out. He took care of us and everything. And it was the most fun we actually had.
Dude, and to touch on that, the craziest thing about it is I wrote him back on Twitter, and I'm like, he said, "Oh, I love your video, this and that," and then I just left my phone number, just like, "Hey man, hit us up if you ever need anything." And then 2 hours later, I get a phone call from some weird number from like Barbados or something, and I'm like, "Hello?" Like, "This is John McAfee." I'm like, "Yeah, right, man. Stop this." And I'm like, I'm about to hang up on him, you know, and he's like, "No, this is, what do you think about making a song for me?" And we're like, "Dude, hell yeah, we'd love to." And he was awesome, dude. He flew us out. We got the song done within about 2 days. Flew out without any idea how we're going to shoot it. Brought our nephew and my brother, and we shot the whole video through a weekend. We stayed at his house, hung out with him and Janice. All the security guards, they patted us down, made sure we didn't have any guns on us.
Wait, so were those his security guards?
Yeah, they're real security guards, man. Dude, he's everything you think he is, but he's an awesome guy. But it's not fake. None of that stuff is fake.
No.
He is, man, and he's been nothing but great to us, and we consider him a close friend. Anytime we need something from him, he does it for us, and likewise, you know, if you ever ask anything of us, I did his presidential campaign song. I don't know if you heard that.
No, I haven't. I'll check it out.
It's called McAfee 2020. We don't have a video for it, but he released it. It's actually on his campaign page. So go to it, and it says CoinBros, and we did the official campaign song for him.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I definitely have to check that. In fact, guys, I'm gonna link that in the description so you guys can check it out. Yeah. But would you consider your style more comedy, or is it do you lean towards straight rap, hip hop?
Well, I mean, we try to have like a funny aspect to it, you know what I mean? But if you actually listen to the lyrics, they make sense and they actually describe what crypto is. So you kind of just add little things here and there to make it more familiar to people, you know?
I think it's a real thin line between being funny and goofy, right, and cheesy. And we try to teeter on that, and we want it to be music that you could play and bump in your car and not think anything of it and say this is a dope ass song, and also laugh your ass off at the same time. And you know, a lot of times when you don't take yourself too serious and you have fun with it, people kind of react better to it, right? We're not trying to be anything we're not, you know. And we just want to spread the word, man, and make people enjoy it while they're listening to it.
Well, I mean, and if you think about it, crypto does lend itself to comedy. I mean, because we do take this stuff way too seriously sometimes, you know. But the panic seller, that was great. I mean, the idea that you have people who could, I think, the best part of your music is that every song there's somebody who can relate to it.
Yeah, totally.
You know, and whether they want to admit to it or not, they can relate to it. Because nobody wants to admit they panic sell.
Yeah.
Right? But, right?
Hey, we speak from experience, man. We rap from experience.
Right?
We're just trying to teach.
If we're all being honest, yeah, we all had that issue once or twice in our journey.
Man.
Especially after that crash. I mean, in fact, let's talk about that. So 2017, we saw the bull run. Started like late 2016. And how did you guys view it? Did you think this was and Kalani, I'll start with you. Did you think it was like something that was just going to keep going? Or did you this is going to pop any day now? How did you feel about that?
Well, that's actually a really great question, because it was. So I'll give you a little bit of history on me. When I was with the Divi project, we had done a successful ICO for $3.5 million. And our coin had just gone on a couple different markets. And it was crazy, man. I remember waking up one day and our coin went on the market at 30 cents. And the coin, about a week after that, or 2 weeks maybe, our coin was at $13.
Wow.
And I remember looking at it and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, this is crazy. Do we just 50x our coin? And obviously it didn't stay up there because as soon as Bitcoin hit 20K, everything just, it just crumbled,
right.
Down to like 15. And then it just was like a slow, like descending fall. But at one point, like I was just like, is this even, I truly believe that the market was a bit inflated at that point when it hit 20K. I feel like it was too much for where the space was at that time. You know what I mean? Like I feel like when we hit like 13,000 this year with Bitcoin, I feel like that was more of a realistic kind of number of where we should be at, and I feel like we're going to build from there. Yeah. But like looking at towards 20K, I almost feel like it only stayed at 20K for such a short period of time that I don't really feel like it's good to gauge it at that. I feel like where the kind of highs that we hit this year are a little bit better to gauge from. That's my opinion.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, there's something to be said about unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us in the space, because we were just hyped on Bitcoin in 2016, right? I mean, this thing, when you have people talking about this thing's going to change the world, it's going to solve medical problems, I'm like, okay, it's a program, all right, slow down. Right? But that's what you had. And so the everyone was buying in. It was on TV every day. CNBC was talking about it. CNN was talking about it. What's this Bitcoin stuff, right? And then it was just like, okay, you guys, it can't keep going this way forever. And a lot of people, when it popped, they were just like, I'm done, Like I have a friend, he put in like $10,000.
Yeah.
Right. Now, mind you, when it turned into $15,000, it was all good. But when it turned into $7,000, well, now you got some explaining to do.
Oh, I think a lot of it too was just the era we live in with social media and how fast information travels and how hype things can get. Like things can just take off, things can explode with a little bit of hype behind them. And I think cryptocurrency was one of those things. It was building, and all of a sudden the media, everything just got a hold of it, and everyone just went crazy. We had that little rush where you had people's grandmas trying to throw money into Bitcoin,
right? Yeah,
that don't even know what it is, and everyone's going nuts. All of a sudden, the smart people are like, okay, this is a little inflated. This is crazy. Let me make some money real quick, and then it's a house of cards. Everything starts crumbling down. But I think that's partially what it is too. Like I think it's just the era we live in. When things get hot, it gets hot. It gets hot fast, and then it can fall just as fast.
I think we're on a more steadier path right now.
100%.
I feel like I think we're going to be on a steadier climb. But who knows, right? We could be at 20K next month. You never know with Bitcoin, right?
True.
It's so unpredictable.
There was just so much FOMO behind what was happening, especially in 2017 with all these ICOs coming out. If they'd done ICOs previously before that, but the way that the ICOs were popping off in 2017 was ridiculous. People were just making money for anything. They could literally have a PDF of what they're going to do, and that's all you needed to make $50 million. Yeah. So there was just way too much hype behind everything. So I agree with that.
But I think it's good, right? I think, like Kalani said, I think it's a more slow, steady, gradual build. I think all the crap coins out there are getting weeded out. All the guys that are still here fighting are going to be the ones that thrive in the end. And you're going to, you have that time, and I think it's going to actually help in the long run.
Right. Well, but that takes me back to what you guys are doing is that, even if it went to zero, you guys could go talk about something else. I mean, because you're look, you guys are talented, and I think you guys are going places.
Thanks, man.
And I mean, it's I can't say that enough. I mean, I from what I've seen of you guys, I just know you guys are going to be doing some big things in the future.
Yeah.
So
we're actually flying out to we don't want to say anything yet, but a big blockchain project just hired us. They're flying us out to the Cayman Islands to shoot a music video with them.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about.
It's gonna be crazy, man. And we're actually flying out in a couple weeks, so that'll be out in like January, I think, early January. But it's a big production, so look out for that. It's going to be bigger than any video we've done by far, like crazy.
Nice. Nice. So I wanted to so let's talk about. I want to get your opinion on some of the FUD we're hearing right now.
Sure.
Right. Because we're hearing a lot about China and their whole cracking down on stuff, and we're hearing about Washington, right? I mean, there's no, every time Mark Zuckerberg goes to Washington, I want to kick him in the butt. But what do you think? Do you think that it's one of those things, the negativity, the news coming towards crypto? Do you think that's going to have a price effect, or do you think it's just noise, ignore it, and just keep pushing forward?
I think it's just noise. I mean, we've had this said before, you know, like crypto's just for drug dealers or bad guys or whatever. And it's always going to be, the stigma is always going to be there because money can be used the same way. But, you know, it's just, I think it's just a lot of people just throwing FUD out there and just headlines and stuff, you know, they need anything now to get something going. Right. And with China, you know, China didn't say, they said they're using blockchain, didn't say they're using cryptocurrency.
Exactly.
So they're going to be using blockchain, you know, and I think that will help the space. You know, it may not help some cryptocurrency projects that are worried about just getting money, but I think that will help a lot.
I think, I think China and Asia is a huge market. I'd say it's probably the #1 market for cryptocurrency as a whole, right? Mm-hmm. So obviously anything that happens with Asia that could affect price, if it's positive or negative, that can always affect, because let's be real here. I mean, the U.S. is far behind other countries when it comes to cryptocurrency.
Yeah, for sure.
So and it sucks because, you know, we don't really know what's going on in China, right? Like nobody really knows unless you live there and you see it.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think one of the most forward-thinking countries is Korea, South Korea. We just came back from there, actually, me and Jesse. And you would not believe how up on crypto they are. They have a government building that's made for crypto. Remember that, Jesse? We went to that building? Yeah. It was like a legit government building that is all about crypto. It's like part of their government. And I think South Korea is really forward thinking when it comes to crypto. I believe Russia is going to be the same way. Here's the thing, man. It's a global economy that's only going to keep expanding. So it's like if one country doesn't want to adopt it, they're either going to be left in the dust or they're going to be left catching up.
I think they're going to fight it tooth and nail, man. Governments don't want the people to be able to handle their funds peer to peer and be able to cut all of the, all that out of their life. They don't want that. It's scary. That's scary to the big governments.
Well, and it's kind of like the way music is, right? I mean, music isn't supposed to be something that the authority likes. We're fighting the power, you know. Yeah. You remember the song "Fight the Power"?
Oh yeah.
And crypto is the same way. Every time I see one of these people going to Washington or these banks for permission to start a crypto, I'm like, no, did you not read the paper? Like, this is not for them. This is for us.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, it just, for some reason, I think we lose that and it kind of plays into the whole 20K rush. People are trying to get back to there so bad, they don't care what they have to do to get there. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, don't, the whole point of this was those people messed up. We have this thing over here that they can't touch.
Yeah.
So when you go to those people and start saying, hey, give me all this money and I'll build this thing for you, you're negating the whole point.
Yeah. You know what's funny, man, is we've talked to a lot of people in crypto, and you're probably one of the most logical people we've talked to about crypto in the space, man. Usually everyone's just like one way or the other, but yeah, I agree 100% on what you're saying, man.
Well, I mean, that's why I mess with some people on Twitter. Everyone does. We all take pokes at Craig Wright, but but I mean, I don't crap on different projects for that very reason. There's people out here that are way more powerful than any of us who want to step on all of us. So instead of me shit talking you, why don't we work together and build the thing that they can't stop?
Exactly. 100%. And the thing that what kind of drew me to crypto, and the reason why I'm always going to have it in my life, is because it's kind of my way of saying, like, hey, this is my independence. This is my financial independence. This is on my terms, not on your terms. And the more that they try to listen, I believe that there's got to be regulation of some sort in certain areas, but I also don't believe that in any aspect of our life we need government jumping in anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I believe in less government. That's just how I've always lived my life. Who wants the government micromanaging every little thing they do?
Right.
You know
Well,
what I mean? Like that's just like I'm a like for the people type of person.
yeah,
I think
definitely.
that's why I'm so drawn to crypto.
Yeah, well, and I mean that's why it annoys me when I'm hearing, like when when Craig went to court and tried to sue people for saying he wasn't Satoshi. I'm like, are you sure these are the people you want to go to? Like, are you sure? Because they don't tend to stop at just this. They tend to go,
They're gonna dig in deep, and they're gonna come get you.
right. It's like, I think you miscalculated on that one, buddy.
I don't think the real Satoshi wants the government.
I don't think, right. I don't think the real Satoshi will be filing papers in Florida.
Totally, yeah. It's you should make a song about him, Fake Satoshi.
Oh,
Fake Satoshi song.
Yes, please.
We could get Greg right up, see if he wants to be in it.
Oh, you might. I mean,
Right.
Publicity's publicity, right?
every Bond villain needs a theme song. I mean, all right, guys. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Taui, Kalani, Jesse, thank you so much. I'm going to link the website in the description below, and also we're going to link your channels. Real quick before we run out of time, where can we find you guys on social media?
So you can check us out on, we're really active in our Telegram. We're active in our Twitter, Facebook. We also have our website where you can actually go to our website. We're actually doing a little bit of maintenance on it right now, but it should be up within the next day or two, where we have a chat bot where you can actually sign up for a beta testing for our platform. So I'll get with you after this interview, and we can kind of give the information that you can give the people in the description with all of our social links and everything.
Yes,
That would be great. Yeah, but it's just TuneTrade.io. TuneTrade.io is our website.
Cool.
So,
all right.
And then on YouTube, it's CoinBros. CoinBros. CoinBros on YouTube.
Yes, guys, definitely you want to check them out. I mean, I loved every minute of it. You guys are gonna love it too. So, guys, thanks for joining me today, and I really appreciate it. We're gonna get this process, get it out, and we're gonna start sharing it around and try to draw some more attention to you guys.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having us, man. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure, man.
Thank you so much.